Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. We're going to be doing the daily reading for Thursday, October 15th, 2020. And today is a day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by elegance. And the galactic signature of the day today is the yellow overtone sun energy. And so the yellow sun tribe, or the yellow sun energy, is the energy that enlightens and is connected with universal fire and life force energy, right? The sun is that force of energy that sustains life, that creates illumination, right? And it's this understanding with the yellow sun energy that, quote, I am everything and I am nothing, right? And so today is about seeking the core truth within ourselves. It's about entering that 0 point, that null point, right? Where we are completely empty, and in that empty space exists everything, right? It's burning away all of the ego, all of the conditioning, all of the patterning, all of the, what is the word that I'm looking for? Here we go with the what is the word game. All of the distortions, right? To access that pure eternal truth. And with this overtone vibration, we are then radiating that truth from the center of our being out into the cosmos, out into the universe, out into the world, and radiating that in all of our interactions with other people today. We don't even have to speak. When we are of this vibration, when we are centered within the truth within ourselves, and then furthermore centered in that ultimate truth, right? That energy radiates outward like a sun, and we don't have to say anything. The presence, being in the presence of that energy, is an enlightening experience. So really seeking out that energy within ourselves and seeking to radiate that out into the world, right? Which is no tall order, of course, or no short order, I should say. But that is what we're seeking to embody today. We're seeking to embody that energy, that knowledge, that wisdom that connects us to everything, right? I am everything and I am nothing. Really erasing all those vestiges of the ego to the best of our ability so that we can radiate pure unconditional truth and love, and really revitalizing that life force within us. Today's a day where we want to be seeking out people, experiences that really enliven that life force within us, and to pay attention to that as we're going through our day. Like, what is dampening my life force and what is adding to my life force, and seeking and continually seeking those things that are enlivening that life force today. The affirmation of today is, I empower in order to enlighten, commanding life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the overtone of radiance. I am guided by the power of elegance. And so embodying that energy in our interactions with others today, in our interactions with ourselves, that energy of elegance, that energy of radiance, of truth, of that quiet, loving empowerment, right? And it is going to be a day where we are going to be continually probably seeking this, because we have a lot of astrological aspects right now that are challenging. This is the day before the new moon. The moon has entered Libra, where it will be for this new moon. Check out that new moon video if you haven't yet. I put that up a few days ago. So we don't have the moon conjunct the sun yet, but we do have the sun in place, opposing Mars and Eris, and squaring both Mars and Eris squaring, and the sun squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. And we've been feeling this energy amping up, right? And so we are really becoming conscious of our inner warrior and how we express that inner warrior. Do we express that peacefully? Can we radiate that power, right? That benevolent power? Or does our inner warrior come out in aggressive ways? And how can we temper that? How can we soften that a little bit, right? And so this came up, I don't know if it was the new moon video, or I can't remember. There's a lot of videos that come out, so it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly which one it was. But I know in a video that I did recently, this calling on our divine feminine came in, right? As our divine masculine is really being empowered and refined this second half of 2020, we're being guided to call on our inner divine feminine energy in order to soften and smooth that out a bit. Remember, as we always talk about, these energies work together synergistically, right? We cannot have one cannot be balanced without the other, right? They are constantly seeking each other and the support of each other in order to be strong and soft, right? And gentle, empowered but gentle. And so we're seeking to refine that ability and that aspect within ourselves. And we really are being called to, this is very much in many ways an ego death kind of energy, right? We're being called to look at our belief systems, the structures that we've built in our lives, the lessons that we're being taught right now, right? And our ultimate empowerment and how we use that power. That's that Saturn, that Pluto, and that Jupiter energy, right? And that's how we balance this push and pull between how we express the warrior within ourselves. So we're definitely feeling that energy today. Yesterday was a crazy day. Mercury stationed retrograde. Mercury is now moving retrograde, right? This is how it appears to us, as though Mercury is now moving backward in the sky. That's what we mean when we say Mercury has gone retrograde. And so we're being plunged into that scorpionic energy as well. Like our mental state, our communication style is very scorpionic. We're communicating and thinking on a more subconscious level. And with that Scorpio energy, which is ruled by Pluto and Mars, right? It can be a very tumultuous energy. And so we want to be aware of how that's expressing within us. What's being revealed to us about our own thought patterns, where they can become obsessive, where they can become compulsive, right? Whether we are aggressive or passive aggressive, and how to instead find that happy medium where we are assertive, where we speak our truth and we ask for what it is that we need, and we don't accept less than that, but without being overbearing and without like turning it into a battle, right? It doesn't have to be a battle. We can embody that yellow overtone sun energy, right? And just sit within the core of our being and radiate out our truth, radiate out that empowerment, that universal fire, that connection, and that energy in and of itself will command what it is that we desire. It commands respect, right? Because it does it in a way that's not combative. And so that's just really being highlighted for us today, is that, and especially with the day ruled by the throat chakra, right? The communication, how we communicate. We're learning how to communicate assertively instead of passive aggressively or combatively. And so, yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on astrologically with the galactic energies as well. We had a portal a couple days ago. I missed the video on the portal day. That was on Tuesday. But I think we're still feeling the effects of that. I've talked to some people who had some wild experiences with that portal, myself included. And so, yeah, I think we're still feeling that this entire month. It's sort of like, I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and we were discussing the cyclical quality of it, right? How we're receiving all these upgrades and activations, and then we're purging, and then we're receiving and integrating, and then we're purging again. And it feels very much like a purging cycle that we're in right now. So whatever it is that's coming up, let it come up and out. And if you require assistance, and we all do sometimes, right? We do all the time, really. It's just how much we're allowing ourselves to be open to receive that assistance. Please reach out to me. I offer really powerful energy healing sessions for the remainder of October with all of this intense energy we have going on. I'm extending my Belvaspata special, $77.77 to $99.99, sliding scale, whatever you can afford. It's very intensely powerful healing energy, angelic healing energy. This modality was gifted to aid us in the ascension process as the energies on the earth began to shift and change. And we then began this process of shifting and changing with it. So it can be really, really helpful. I also offer personal readings and a whole bunch of other things. So check those out in the description box below if you like. And yeah, I'm feeling these cards today. We're doing the Sacred Spirit reading cards, and we're going to see what's coming up. What advice, what guidance, what energies we are experiencing today. And I was going to list the day, but then I totally, October 15th, 14th, now I don't even know. Today. See, time is a weird thing for me. I have a difficult time keeping up with time. It's like goes right in and out, right? Because time is changing, right? We are moving out of linear time. And so for those of us who are really connected with that process, it can be difficult sometimes tracking time. But it is the 15th. This is for the 15th of October, Thursday, October 15th. All right. Okay. So we have Astral Travel coming out. A lot of people, this has been coming up, and I'm smiling and I'm laughing right now. I know somebody who is going to be watching this video we've been talking about this and how they've been experiencing a lot of this. And so the caveat to this, right, is caution needed. And so when we are traveling astrally, we want to make sure that we are reinforcing our Merkaba, our personal energy grid. If you don't know what a Merkaba is, look it up. They call it the Chariot of Ascension, right? It is 2 triangles, right? And it houses our energy and protects our energy as we're moving through dimensions. And so look into that. If that's not something that you're employing, definitely look into that a little bit more. Become very intentioned with your astral travels if you can, right? We want to wield this with the same kind of intent and focus that we do anything else, right? And it can be taxing on the body. If we're traveling a lot astrally, we really have to take care of our physical vessels, because even though physically we are rooted where we are, our energy is moving all over the place. So we really want to be careful with this. We want to make sure that we maintain that connection to our physical bodies, that we are able to come back and that we're able to root back and ground back into the physical body. That's coming through. Grounding. If you are experiencing a lot of astral travel, and I know some people are experiencing this a lot in the dream state and feel as though they don't have a lot of control over it. So set specific intentions before you lay down to sleep, as far as where it is that you're trying to go, when it is that you're trying to come back. That you be lucid in this process, all right? And when you come back, ground. You can picture a cable extending out of the bottom of your spinal column, right? Out of your root chakra, moving through all the layers of the earth, connecting to the grand central sun, connecting to the center, the core of the earth, and drawing that energy back up through the layers of the earth, up your chakra system, okay? Imagine roots growing out the bottom of your feet. Use dark colored crystals, reds, blacks, right? Black is also very protective. So black is coming through strongly as something that people want to use both for protection and grounding right now. Browns, any of these colors, they are very grounding crystals. For some of you guys, oranges, I'm feeling might be helpful as well, but definitely those browns and those blacks, black is coming through. All right, as far as the crystals go. So really working on that and making sure that you're staying grounded, making sure that you're coming back and anchoring into your physical body afterwards. All right. But yeah, people are seeing some interesting things. And there's a lot to be learned in these astral travels. Some of us are traveling to places that our souls need to go in order to activate us. We're being activated in different ways during these astral travels. We're being shown things that we need to see, like a lot. I feel as though souls are coming together during astral travel as well, and sort of like communing. And you may not even be aware of this on a conscious level when you wake up that this happened, but almost like getting together and planning and seeing like people sitting around like a round table or something and just like having these discussions, like you're meeting with your soul group and with the people that some of your beings that aren't even incarnate right now, right? And sort of going over the mission and going over what's going on and sort of like planning and strategizing. It's really, really fascinating that that's coming through. So a lot happening in the astral realms right now, you guys. So for all of us, even if you're not consciously aware that you're astral traveling, this grounding piece right now is huge, and setting those intentions is huge. And then we also have Dark Night of the Soul. Life brings new meaning. I know a lot of people are going through this right now, right? This is another, as we talked about that purging energy, right? We've received so much, we are receiving so much, and so we're also purging energy on an more and more increasing level. So taking care of your physicality, taking salt baths, Himalayan salt, sea salt, Epsom salt, a little bit of baking soda in there, some peroxide, hydrogen peroxide if you so choose. I like to throw a little essential oil in there too to make it smell nice. Whatever it is, detox baths can be really helpful right now. Detox diets, if people are into that. I'm really struggling to find a balance with that because I feel like my body is hungry. I don't even, cancel clearly, I don't even want to say that. But some people, if you are able to detox your diet a little bit too, that can help. Eating grounding foods, though, for some people may be helpful. So detoxing your diet means something different to everyone, right? For some people, it means plant-based. It means like trying a water fast. It means something like that. And that's like a delicate balance. Don't take it that I'm recommending that. I'm not a doctor. We have to throw these caveats out there. I know people that are doing that. For me, that's going to take a while to work up to. But whatever it is, but for some people, I mean, meat and potatoes and root vegetables and stuff like that may be helpful right now for this grounding, right? So it really depends on the person. Go with what feels good to you. But really, yeah, I don't even know where that... Oh, because of the purging, the releasing, the detoxification. That's where that came from, right? Because we purge on all different levels. We purge energetically, we purge emotionally, we purge physically. And so we may be noticing these things. Like I've noticed I get this little skin condition sometimes when I'm purging a lot of energy. And I'm starting to see that coming back a little bit. And I know that my body is purging more, right? As our vibration raises, everything that's not a match has to be released. And so we feel that going on. This Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is really going to help with that, as far as showing us what's left in the subconscious that still needs to be purged, right? That still needs to be released and worked through. So everything that's happening right now is a gift, and it is bringing new meaning to our lives. This is a good thing. If you are in this dark place right now, it's actually a good thing. That means you're going through a period of major spiritual growth. But take care of yourself. Reach out. If you need assistance, get that assistance. I already talked about the things that I offer, which I highly recommend. Some people may need more assistance than that as well. If you need a counselor, if you need a therapist, right? If you need to just reach out more to the people in your circle, whatever it is that you need to do, just understand that you're not alone, and what you're going through is a very organic process, okay? And so this is what happens when we reach that, when we're getting ready to reach that next level. Another layer of that shit is unraveled so that we can release it and purge it and work through it. Yeah. It's a lot of shadow energy that we're working through this month, you guys. Definitely check out the 1010 portal video if you haven't yet. And then we have Kundalini Rising, Ignite Your Passion for Life. Yes, I love this card. And so we are, like, as we're going through all of this, and the Kundalini awakening can also result in a dark night of the soul type energy. As that energy is released, right? The Kundalini is the serpent that remains coiled at the base of our spine. And as that energy begins to wind its way up the spine, opening the chakras, we have a spiritual awakening, and it's a very intense process. So whatever way this is happening, those chakras are being activated. That is part of this ascension process. We have new chakras that are coming online right now. The 12 chakra system is activating, right? And so, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's why energy work can be so beneficial, and I really hope you guys reach out to me for that, or reach out to anyone in your area. If you don't resonate with my energy, if you live far away and you're not comfortable with remote sessions, although I have so many remote clients, and any of them will tell you it is so powerful. Energy is not confined by time and space. But if you're not into me, reach out to somebody in your local area, right? Learn some energy work and be able to work on yourself, like whatever, however, just really do it. Work with crystals, right? Work with what you're guided to work with. Feel the energy. If the energy feels like a match and you're drawn to it and it makes you feel good, use that. Meditate with that. Sleep with the crystals, right? I do that. I have to be careful because some of them are really high vibed and it can make it difficult to sleep. So like if you're trying to sleep with them, pay attention to the vibrations that they're giving and whether that's going to work for you or not, right? May want to sleep with some grounding crystals. That may help when we're talking about the astral travel as well, especially those darker colored crystals, right? But yeah, we have this Kundalini awakening going on as well. And it's just like our passions are being ignited right now. Like as we purge all of this energy, all of a sudden, we are becoming more of who we are, right? And that's tapping into that yellow sun energy of today, that universal fire, tapping into that universal fire, that spark of life, of divinity within us. And it's really time to, as we're going through this, moving toward the things that we're passionate about, the things that light us up, is going to be really, really helpful for us to help us navigate these energies and to really open up and bring in that joy. We want to constantly, this is a lot of intense work that we're doing right now, guys, right? But we want to be finding a way to bring that joy back into things, and connecting with the things that we're passionate about, with the things that light us up, is going to help us to bring some of that joy in. And it's really interesting. We have on the bottom of the deck, Ascended Masters, create open communication. And so the Ascended Masters are standing by to assist. I know it's hard to see this card with the lighting there. They are ready and willing to assist you. Just call on them, as are your guides and your team, right? So I've been working more with my guides and opening up that communication, that more direct communication with them, as well as with the Creator, as I'm practicing the Theta healing that I'm learning right now. And so it's just any way that you can have that open communication with your guides is going to be very beneficial for you right now. And open communication with everyone. As we're going through this process, we really have to learn how to communicate, how it is we're feeling and what it is we're going through. And we talked about this communication piece, right? Especially today being ruled by the throat chakra, how we're communicating, how we're speaking our truth, right? And just really letting people know where we're at and what it is that we need, right? That's something that we're really learning right now. And then I love on the bottom of the deck here, we have Eternal Union, new love is forming. And so this is a time, you know, I will throw that out there, where we are attracting soulmates and twin flames and those types of energies as well. We are in the purification process that's going to allow for that union to take place, basically. So just hang in there as we're going through this, right? That's coming as well. That's coming. And so that they reminded me with this Ascended Masters card, clear, that the Keepers of the Light deck would like to get a little use. So we're going to close with some guidance from the Keepers of the Light. These are the Ascended Masters. These are the guardians, right? Our guardian angels, those beings who have much to share and much to teach. So we're going to see who wants to come through for the Ascended Masters, for the Keepers of the Light, to assist in this process that we're going through right now. Who can we call on in order to assist us as we are going through this incredibly intense process right now? Okay. Get a few out here. Okay, there we go. All right. So Lord Ganesh and the Miriam came out first. Lord Ganesh is infinite abundance, right? Obstacles are being removed, so spiritual support and connections are increasing. So Ganesh is great to call on if we do have perceived obstacles, right? And we have been feeling this energy a lot with all of these Mars squares going on. Mars still squaring Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto. The oppositions now with Mars and the Sun, these T-squares. I mean, so much, right? There have been these perceived obstacles, and we've been really understanding the obstacles, especially when it comes to ourselves. What obstacles am I creating, right? Because we are powerful creators of our reality. Where is this coming from? Where within me, right? Where in my own mind, in my own heart, am I creating these obstacles, and how can I overcome them? So Ganesh can help with that. Ganesh is here to offer that and to really open us up to our abundance, because there is so much abundance getting ready to pour in for so many people, right? The universe is abundant when we step into that flow, and everything that's happening right now is helping to push us deeper into that flow. And so, yeah, there are, like, if you ask for assistance in understanding these obstacles that we create, right? And understanding how to move through those, Ganesh can help with that. And yes, spiritual support and connections are increasing. As the energies increase, so does our spiritual support. And so know that, absolutely know that that is happening. And the Miriam sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And so yes, this energy of forgiveness is huge right now, right? This energy of forgiveness, this energy is seeing every experience that we have, every interaction that we have, right, as a sacred interaction. Every soul that we encounter came here to teach us something, to help us to learn, to help us to grow, to help us to evolve. And that is beautiful and sacred no matter what the circumstance, right? There are no victims. There are no victims in this world that we have created, right? That we came here to experience. There are no victims. There are only students and teachers. And so really understanding that and embracing that and what that means and seeing the light in everyone in every situation right now. If you need assistance with that, call on the Miriam and ask them to give you that sacred vision, to allow you to see that light in every person, in every situation, in every place, right? And we do have that beautiful sun energy today, that yellow sun energy, which is all about the light, seeing the light, being the light, right? Radiating that light and seeing that light radiating from everyone else, right? I am you and you are me. Namaste. The light in me recognizes the light in you. And so then we also have Mother Mary, love and peace, let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And so, yeah, this choosing peace, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have Kuan Yin, care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. That energy of service has been coming through strong as well, right? This forgiveness, this compassion, this service, right? This understanding that this came up in the reading the other day, right? When we're talking about perspectives, right? And how because we all create our reality with our perspective, every truth is valid, and understanding that and honoring and recognizing that, right? Instead of trying to push our own perception and our own truth onto others, right? With that yellow sun energy, we radiate the truth of our own being, and we don't push that onto anyone, right? We just radiate it and allow people to see that and experience that. And so, yeah, any situations where we're feeling the need, where we're feeling being called, like we're being called to argue, remember this energy as we're all learning how to stand in our power, as our own inner warrior energies are being refined and activated, right? We are going to be bumping, people are going to be wanting to bump heads, right? They're not going to know what to do with that energy. They don't know how to handle it, how to wield it appropriately. That's what we're learning. And so just understanding that that's going on, having that sacred vision, understanding that that's going on, seeing the light in everyone, in every situation when this happens, and operating from that place of love and peace and care and compassion, right? And that energy of service, that's been coming up a lot too. Being of service. But we have to be of service to ourselves before we can be of service to others. So I really want everyone to remember that as well. And then we have Mercury, open communication. So yeah, that communication piece coming through strong, you guys. That Mercury retrograde energy coming through strong as well. Mercury, the planet, as all the planets were, like their namesake comes from somewhere. And so Mercury's namesake comes from Mercury, right? The god of communication, right? And so get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard, right? Speak up with love. This is what we're learning how to do. This is the reminder of that energy of like being assertive, right? Without being overly demanding, without being aggressive, being assertive, but speaking and communicating from the heart, taking into consideration everyone else's viewpoint and the validity of that, seeing every situation, every person with that sacred vision, and approaching all of our communication from this heart-centered place. You can imagine when you're getting ready to communicate with someone, imagine your eyes rolling down the back of your throat, right? And sitting in your heart. And then you're able to see through your heart, right? Center yourself however you can. That's how I was taught. In your heart center, think of the things that bring you love, that bring you joy, that bring you into that space, and communicate from that space anytime you need to, multiple times during a conversation. Center back into your heart if it's necessary, right? Breathe. And if all of that is not helping, walk away and come back to the situation later. It's always better to walk away than to say something that we later wish we hadn't, because once something is spoken, it is, right? Yeah. And then we also have, and this is just also fast moving energy, right? Mercury is the messenger. He moves very quickly. He delivers those messages. So I'm feeling messages coming in for people too. And also taking that time you need to breathe out if you are receiving messages before responding. Whether these messages, some of these messages are coming from people in your life. Remember, you're going to have a lot of people from the past that come back during Mercury retrograde. A lot of stuff that's coming up as we are reviewing and understanding and viewing things from new perspectives, right? And so things are being brought full circle, right? I was talking about this with someone last night too, right? This energy of things coming back around so that we can judge it's like a barometer for our growth when we're presented with situations and we get to see how we react to them this time around. Has my reaction changed? Does this still trigger me, right? We get to see our growth, and if it still does, we get to practice that growth some more, right? It's all practice. And so yeah, a lot of that, but also this is like rapid communication from your spirit guides coming through as well. And also rapid abundance, right? This landed on top of the Lord Ganesh card. And just so much just rapid fire energy, right? Even though we have still a bunch of planets in retrograde, Mercury, Mars, we have Uranus and Neptune still in retrograde, and Chiron. Right? And that Chiron retrograde is really heating things up right now, as it has been since Chiron went retrograde. I think it was like the end of summer that happened, right? The wounded healer, bringing up our deepest wounds to be healed around our empowerment. I talked about that. I didn't do a video directly on the Chiron retrograde because I talked about so much of it with the Mars retrograde and with the Mars and Aries transit videos, because of the close connections that Chiron was making with Mars this whole time, and the fact that they're both in the sign of Aries, which Mars rules. It's all linked. Check out those videos. Those are some of the first videos that I did when I launched this this channel here. So scroll down, check those out. Yeah, all of that. But still, a lot of energy is still, there's still a momentum to the energy. It's very interesting, right? It's slowing down, but at the same time it's speeding up, right? Because what is time? We're moving out of time. And then we also have Lady Venus downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realms, right? Yes, communication from the astral realms, from your team, from your guides, from everyone. So much communication. If you are experiencing an abundance of communication and it's becoming really overwhelming, ask it to slow down. Ask for that communication to be delivered with ease and grace. If it's a lot of communication and downloads coming from your guides, ask them to speak to you in one unified voice so that you can understand. Ask them to slow that down. A woman that I work with now, she likes to tell me, you know, like up there, they don't understand pain. And so all of this information may be causing headaches. It may be causing, for me, it's like neck and shoulder aches sometimes, headaches as well occasionally. And all this different stuff, right? It's like they don't understand that they're hurting us. So we have to let them know, and we have to ask them to chill out, right? But yeah, there's a lot of this information coming in right now, you guys. And there is a lot of deep insight to be had. So meditation is key right now to really tap into that energy. Meditation, and if we're not meditating and taking the time, we're going to be bombarded in our dream state. And then Freya on the bottom of the deck, phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So it's a lot of understanding as we are going through this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. There is going to be a lot that's revealed to us about ourselves, about our own minds and the way our own minds work, and about others as well, and our interactions with others. And also, if we're able and willing to look deep enough, how those interactions are a reflection that's still mirroring to us something that we are ready to learn about ourselves. And then on the bottom again, we have Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So we had mother healing and father healing come up. So this is a lot of ancestral healing, right? Generational healing that we're doing, right? As we are releasing that, as we forgive our mother and our father, we are then able to forgive on a deeper level our connection with masculine and feminine energy, right? Because a lot of us model our connections with masculine energy and with feminine energy from the connections that we have with our parents. And so as we are able to forgive them and release any resentments, any attachment, any of that victim mentality, right, that we are working through right now. Like we said, there are no victims, period. That I don't even need to continue that. That's the whole statement. There are no victims. That is an illusion. That does not exist. There are only teachers and students. And so as we are able to release that mentality and all of that, whatever baggage we may have that we blame on our childhood, right? We are then able to embrace the masculine and the feminine sides of our essences more as well, and really unify that and come into that energy, which is absolutely beautiful. Yes. And throughout all of this, as we have all of this going on, we have the Shenika reminding us, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Bring that joy back in, bring that beauty back in, bring that enjoyment, that passion, and allow that to revitalize you. And like, I'm going to say it again, ground, 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 ground. All right, I love you all. I appreciate you. Drop a comment. Let me know if this resonated. There are links below to donate. There is also a link to my email so that you can email me if you would like an energy healing, if you would like a personal reading, an ascension transit chart. The healing's especially so important right now to help us as we're working through all of these intense energies. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed and you want to catch more videos, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell with the little squigglies on it so you can catch more videos. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's just take a moment. We got this.